Greetings and welcome to the Stein Mart First Quarter 2020 Earnings Conference Call. In the course of this presentation, statements may be made as to certain matters that constitute forward-looking information that is subject to certain risks and uncertainties. Additional information concerning those factors that could cause actual results to differ from those in the forward-looking statements can be found in the company's fiscal 2019 annual report on Form 10-K for the year ended February 1, 2020, and other filings with the SEC. All participants are in a listen-only mode. If anyone should require operator assistance during the conference, please press star 0 on your telephone keypad. I would now like to turn the call over to Hawkins, CEO of Stein Mart.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. With me today are our President, Mary Ann Morin, our Chief Financial Officer, James Brown, and our Director of Investor Relations, Linda Tassett. We certainly hope you and your families are safe and well. As we operate through uncharted territory caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, our first priority is the health and safety of our customers and our associates. Next, we are taking actions to preserve our business continuity. We are not alone in this crisis. All of retail has been challenged to differing degrees. You've probably listened to many other earnings calls before ours. The common takeaway is that every business is facing situations they have never faced before and are doing the best they can. I'll begin today's call by touching on our first quarter results and discussing the current environment. Mary Ann will then talk about omni sales and actions we have taken related to inventory, and after that, James will discuss our debt position and measures taken to preserve liquidity. Let's start by going back to the beginning of the year. Sales trends in January and through most of February improved from the fourth quarter. Then, as the pandemic emerged, we saw a sharp decline in business and closed all of our doors on March 19th to help reduce the spread of COVID-19. Shortly thereafter, we shut down our supply chain network and closed our corporate offices. We began to reopen our stores on April 23rd. And all stores were open by June 15, but continue to operate with reduced staff, hours, and sales. During the first quarter, sales declined 57%. There's not much more to be said about our results on this call, as highlights were presented in today's release. Simply put, the quarter's loss was the direct result of lost sales from the temporary store closures, partially offset by reduced operating expenses from cost-saving measures we took in response to COVID-19. Turning to the state of our business since we reopened, we continue to see traffic steadily increase and omni-channel sales remain strong. However, while sales are exceeding our expectations, they continue to be down to last year from decreased traffic in our stores. We expect it will take some time for our customers to feel totally comfortable shopping in this environment, so it may be a while before our sales fully recover. The most immediate issue that we are currently facing is liquidity. Availability under our credit facilities has diminished due to our borrowing seasonally higher amounts to cover cash shortfalls that were initially caused by the temporary store closures and then by lower sales since reopening. We have, however, charted a path forward to proactively address these near-term challenges and preserve our business. James and Mary Ann will discuss our action steps shortly. And while these challenges we face are significant, they are not insurmountable, but will require much from our teams as well as the continued support and cooperation of our external partners. Now, I've been with this company for 26 years. And during that time have received many calls, email, and letters from our incredibly loyal customers. However, the outpouring of support we have all received as we reopened their stores has been truly special. It's the kind of support only years of exceeding our customers' expectations can generate, and I thank them for being part of the Stein Mart family. And now I'd like to turn the call over to Mary Ann.
Thank you, Hunt. Good afternoon, everyone. The past several months have been unlike anything any of us have ever experienced. Through it all, I am proud of how all of our teams rose to the challenge of navigating in a business and world impacted by COVID-19. Before I begin, I would like to thank our vendor community. This crisis has created financial hardships for all of us, and we are navigating through this situation together. Because of our strong vendor relationships, we have negotiated extended payment terms and adjusted orders that are helping us manage our inventory levels. We appreciate their partnership and continued support. Our digital results in Q1 were up 17% for the quarter and nearly 50% in April. We saw almost 15 million visits to our website and a substantial increase in conversion during the quarter. As stores began to reopen, omni sales have continued to be strong and are trending more than 50% higher than last year in the first half of the second quarter. While we are pleased with this demand, we are cognizant that it only replaces a small portion of the sales lost while stores were temporarily shuttered. When our stores were closed in response to COVID-19, we quickly focused our attention to our omni business as the best way to engage with our customer until stores reopened. Over the past 2 years, we have expanded our omni-channel capabilities. This had us well positioned to continue to serve our customers during the store closure period. Initially, we utilized ship-from-store fulfillment, where allowed, to meet higher web sales and to reduce store inventories. Then, as stores began to reopen, we expanded our buy online, pickup in store capability to include curbside pickup, providing our customers another safe and convenient way to shop. Our e-commerce, supply chain, and store teams quickly adjusted to fulfill the higher omni demand, while our marketing teams pivoted to create meaningful messaging to encourage customers to shop online and to use our new curbside pickup service. During this time, our buying teams diligently worked with their vendors to discuss modified terms and merchandise flow that were acceptable to both. While these conversations were sometimes difficult to have, their efforts allowed us to end the quarter with 7% lower average store inventories and maximize our open-to-buy for future selling periods. We are finding great deals in the marketplace right now and are placing product appropriately. Looking forward, we know our omni-channel capabilities continue to be an essential component of our business. Earlier this year, we began the work to upgrade our e-commerce platform and will be launching our new website in September. SteinMart.com is being redesigned with new functionality to provide our customers a faster, easier, and more personalized way to shop. These enhancements include site layout and navigation that is more mobile-friendly and improved speed for quicker browsing. It will be easier for our customers to review products and increase purchases through personalized recommendations. We have also added a new Save for Later shopping bag and an Afterpay option at checkout. All of these features are expected to increase conversion. While we have been appropriately focused on the immediate challenges caused by the pandemic for the past few months, we have never lost sight of our ongoing initiatives that are important for us to deliver results. We continue to expand our product offering with more modern and national brands, as well as product categories such as the addition of kids and fine jewelry last fall. We are growing our Smart Rewards loyalty program and increasing the personalization of our marketing messaging with an emphasis on value. These continue to be our strategic priorities, and I will provide you with a thorough update on our next call. As I think about the coming months, it's clear that the environment we operate in will continue to have considerable challenges. However, as an off-price retailer with a strong omni business, I truly believe there is opportunity as well. I will now turn it over to James to talk about our debt position and liquidity.
Thank you, Marianne, and good afternoon, everyone. Total borrowings increased $44 million to $197.8 million at the end of the first quarter of 2020, compared to $153.8 million at the end of the first quarter of 2019. As Hunt indicated, borrowings were higher during the quarter to cover cash shortfalls caused by the impact of COVID-19. Total unused availability, inclusive of amounts available to borrow under life insurance policies, was $22.4 million at the end of the first quarter of 2020, compared to $117.2 million at the end of the first quarter of 2019. First quarter availability was lower primarily due to the higher borrowings, as well as a reduction due to the failure to satisfy a covenant related to the fixed charge coverage ratio under our credit facility, and a lower inventory advance rate on our term loan during the quarter. As the crisis hit, we made preserving liquidity and reducing cash outflow a high priority. We reduced payroll by furloughing associates and eliminating or decreasing salaries, as well as suspending board compensation. We began and continue to negotiate modified terms, cost reductions, and payment deferrals with our external business partners. We are constantly evaluating the CARES Act for ways to improve our liquidity and have utilized the provisions that we are eligible for. We filed for net income tax refunds related to the provision under the Act that allows for the carryback of net operating losses to prior years. We deferred payment of certain payroll taxes, and last week secured a $10 million Paycheck Protection Program loan under the Small Business Administration's Alternative Size Standard. Our real estate team, through solid relationships and collaboration, has obtained substantial rent deferrals from our landlords. To date, we have negotiated amendments for 226 of our properties to amend lease terms to defer a portion of the rent or other expenses due during the time that our stores were closed. We continue to actively negotiate with the majority of the remaining landlords. We appreciate all of our business partners and the cooperation and support they are showing us as we work with them towards a solution. We are keenly aware that they have been hit financially as well. We will continue to communicate with them frequently in the coming months. As noted in today's release, earlier this month we amended our credit facility and term loan. The amendments did not change overall commitment amounts, but do provide for slightly higher availability. In addition, they provided various waivers, including one related to the going concern qualification on our fiscal year 2019 annual report, which was an event of default under our credit agreements. While we continue to work closely with our lenders, it is prudent that we explore additional sources of financing and other strategic alternatives, including a potential sale of the company. We will continue to take these and other actions necessary to preserve our liquidity as we prepare for what will certainly be a tumultuous year. Now back to you, Hunt.
Thank you, James. So before I wrap up today's call, I'd like to leave you with a few final thoughts. First, like so many other retailers, COVID-19 has materially impacted our fiscal 2020 results. Second, after the health and safety of our people, our priority is to preserve liquidity. And last, while our challenges are significant, but they are not insurmountable, with continued support of our business partners and vendors that are helping us to navigate through this crisis. And I'd be remiss if I did not thank our associates for their hard work and dedication that enabled us to safely reopen our stores, and for the resilience of our frontline store teams who continue to welcome our customers every day. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to talking with you next quarter.
And this concludes today's teleconference. You may disconnect your lines at this time. Thank you for your participation.